afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the show. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Going to go ahead and preview the Dallas Cowboys Buffalo Bills game. As I stated in the past, the keys for the Cowboys was to get off to a good start, get a lead, turn the pass rushers loose, and we have a pretty good chance of winning the game. We end up losing that game 31-10. Cowboys did not get off to a good start. Got down 14-0. And I think, and it's just my opinion, I think the first two drives of the game really determined that game. After the first two drives in the first quarter, I didn't feel like the Cowboys had a chance to win that game. Also with the Cowboys, I know that the narrative in the media and locally here, we can't win on the road, which I don't buy into that narrative. We can win on the road, but the deal with the Cowboys, and it's been like this for a long time, the Cowboys cannot play in inclement weather. They can't. It was raining. I would have rather it been just cold, which they do okay in cold weather, not cold and snowing. Any precipitation, they don't play well. The Cowboys looked like they was on skates the whole game. That's how they looked to me. They looked scared to move around and make sharp cuts and stuff like that. They was running past tackles instead of making tackles, and I thought that was the key to the game. I mean, they didn't look well at all. The Cowboys didn't play well, and as a result of that, they got blown out of the game, 31-10. Bills came out, did their thing. Desperate team trying to get into the playoffs, had their back up against the wall, had a great game plan to run the ball, get a lead, and then actually run the ball. One of our biggest deficiencies is stopping the run. And stopping the run in the rain is pretty much impossible for the Cowboys. So that's their kryptonite. And that's exactly what the Bills did. Ran the ball all game. Pretty much when they got up to a lead, they ran the ball and we could not stop it. Again, we looked like we was on skates out there. So 31-10, Cowboys get blown out at the Bills. Come home, lick your wounds, try to regroup, and go to Miami next week and try to make up for that. So QB comparison. Let's take a look at the quarterback comparison. Neither one of them did really anything. Dak didn't do anything because he couldn't, and Josh Allen didn't need to do anything. So let's take a look at that. Quarterback comparison. Dak Prescott was 21 for 34 with 134 yards, 0 passing touchdowns, and an interception. Josh Allen was 7 for 15 with 94 yards, 1 TD. And he also actually had 1 rushing TD. That's 1 passing TD and 1 rushing TD. So not a whole lot to say about the quarterback comparison. It really didn't come down to that. It came down to the Bills running game, which really stood out to me in that ball game. If we take a look at their running game, what they did from the running game was absolutely amazing. Cowboys rushed for about 80 yards. James Cook for the Bills by himself rushed for 179, and they rushed for like 270 as a team, somewhere around that area. So basically, there was nothing we could do. Can't stop the run anyway. In good conditions and in a rainy conditions or a rain-soaked field, we was actually horrific trying to stop the run. So 31-10 was a result of that. So it is what it is. Got your butt kicked. They did to us what we did to Philly last week. So that's the NFL. It's a week-by-week league. So enough said on that. Shout out to the Bills. They won the game. We dropped to 10-4, and ironically, pretty much just handed the NFC East to the Philadelphia Eagles until last night, of course. The Eagles go to Seattle, which I said that wasn't going to be a gimme. That was probably going to be the only challenge that the Eagles would have. And then they have, I think, the Giants twice, and then Arizona, I think it is. But they ended up losing to Seattle last night. So the Eagles 10-4, Cowboys 10-4. We're back in first place in the East after Philly losing last night. So I don't know what's wrong with Philly. I don't know what's wrong with Dallas at this point, but this is the wrong time to be playing bad football. And both teams, Philly have lost 3 in a row, and Dallas, I mean, losing an important game when you have a chance to, like, you know, put a chokehold on the division, losing that game and losing it in the fashion that you did was not a good look either. So as it stands for now, Dallas is still #1 in the NFC East. But again, as I said, Cowboy fans, pump your brakes. Philly probably going to win the next 3 games. And even if we win out, Philly is still probably going to end up winning the NFC East. So enough said on that. Next week we go to Miami. We're going to play Miami in Miami, which is going to be another tough game. Got to continue to win. We clinched the playoff spot. Philly already clinched the playoff spot. But we still got to continue to win. We got to keep some hope to try to get the NFC East won so we can have a home playoff game, which will benefit us very well because we play really well at home and not so much on the road. I want to speak on San Francisco a little bit. San Francisco is not in our division, so I don't follow them like I follow the Eagles. But San Francisco is playing really well right now. They're #1 in the NFC, which Philly and Dallas are going to have to run into San Francisco at some point, but they're playing really well right now. They look unbeatable, to be honest with you, but and that's why winning the NFC East is so important. You want to at least get 1 home game before you run into San Francisco because they're looking really well right now. So, again, we have Miami next week, so we need to actually go and win that game. Tyreek Hill will be back. He was just out last week. In my opinion, he's was resting for this week. So next week, Miami, I'll be back to do a pre or post analysis of that game. Other than that, that's all I have for you today. Hit the like button. You can comment. I answer all comments as long as they're reasonable. Share the content and subscribe to the channel. Other than that, we'll see you right before or either after the Miami game. Talk to you guys later.